Hey you all, so I'm going to do a video right here for you all to help you to know how to deal with a hot and cold man. Now I know for a lot of you this can be really frustrating, and I know for myself that it was frustrating at one point. I felt really overwhelmed. I felt really stressed. And so I often get a lot of DMs and messages where you all will ask me, Djuana, how do I deal with this man who comes into my life, then he's gone. He texts me sometimes and then he doesn't text me. He calls me sometimes and then he doesn't call me. Or we had a really amazing date, but you know, it's fizzled out, or it's 2 or 3 or 4 dates and it's fizzled out. You know, how do I deal with this? And so I want to share with you guys how to deal with this. So number one, you guys, the first thing that I want to say is that you need to rest. You got to rest. And when I say rest, what I mean is that you need to totally trust in God. You need to know that God is sovereign and this whole situation is in his hands. So ultimately, if he wants to work the situation out, he will. And if he has a better plan in store, then he will bless you with that as well. It may not feel like a blessing right now, but you need to know that if what God has for you is for you. So you need to rest. The verse that I love the most is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which says to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge him, and he's going to direct your paths, meaning that he is directing your paths. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, even if you wish that this guy would contact you, you need to rest in God and know that he's leading you and directing your paths. Number two, you all, the second thing you need to do is understand that God is not the author of confusion. When I was really going through my own relationship-ish situation, whatever, I really felt super confused. And I'm going to just share with you guys a little bit of it right here. So this is actually a journal entry that I wrote where I was really confused and I was really just feeling just overwhelmed. And so I definitely know what you all are feeling, what you're going through. And so I'm going to read a little bit of it. So this is what it says. It says, "Dear God, this week was such a mess. I need you, Lord." And this is about a man that I've been dating for several months. And I really felt like he was the one. And I said, I really need you, Lord. I've been sad over this situation every day this week. I don't even know why he hasn't reached out to me. My heart misses him, and to think that we may never speak again just hurts me. Please, God, if he's for me, please let him come back and let him pursue me the right way and let him love me the way I deserve to be loved. I'm struggling so much with this. Lord, please help me. And please, God, if he's not for me, then please let the right man come along. Sometimes I wonder, Lord, how you're going to work out my love story for my good. But God, I trust you. I miss him so much, God. Please let him try again. So this was me really going through, you all. Please let him try again, if it's in your will, and heal my heart in the meantime. God, my heart hurts so much from the time that I wake up until the time that I go to sleep. It's like hurt sits on my bedside and it mocks me. It follows me throughout the day. God, if this man doesn't love me or if he doesn't want me, I can't make him. God, please heal my heart. And that was a letter that I penned to God as I was dating someone who literally broke my heart from being hot and cold. And so if you're going through that situation, guys, I want to let you know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that you're hurting. I know that you're in pain, much like I was. But my second point is that God is not the author of confusion. And if you look back even over my letter, and if you think about what you're going through, if it's anything similar to what I was going through, it was confusion. So the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 14:33 that God is not the author of confusion. And so we have to trust and know that if it's confusion, if it's stamped with confusion, it's not of God. Looking back on all of my entries, and I could go on and on with you all, but looking back on my entries, I can see that these were not of God. Number 3, you guys, We've got to stop being so overly emotionally invested. This guy's hot and cold with you. He's not really into you one moment. The next moment he is. The next minute he's saying you're his future wife, or he's calling you wifey or wife. He's not invested in you where he needs to be for the relationship that you desire. You understand what I mean? For the relationship that you deserve. So you got to come to a point where you are guarding your heart, and not guarding it meaning like, what do you want with me? Not like that. You know, like every man who comes to you, you're defensive. What do you want? You need to know already up front that I am this, that, and the third. Not like that. But guard your heart from the standpoint of, I'm going to let you in slowly. I'm going to see how much you really want this. I'm going to show you that if you are interested, I want this too. But I'm not going to put all of my emotions into this. I'm not going to put all my focus into this until the man steps up, you all. He has to want it. You know, as women, I think that there's so many songs, even in my Zumba class, there's songs that say, you know, I could be the one. There's a song we dance to every week. And we're trying to convince or make a man see that we're the one. But just like my journal entry said, if he doesn't want me, God, I can't make him. I can't make him. So stop being so over emotionally invested. Give the situation to the Lord. And then my next point, you all, is to take all of that focus and all of that energy that you're putting on that man and put it back on the Lord. Put it back on the Lord. Get your focus back. Get your passion back. Stop looking at your phone. Stop wasting 2 to 3 hours texting your friend about why he didn't call or text and how you're broken, you know, because I've been there. And really get your focus back on the Lord and on your passion and pursuing what he's called you to do in this world. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So I hope that this video on how to deal with a hot and cold man has helped you. If it has helped you, you all, I want to invite you to join me and to continue on in the journey on a free webinar that I have coming up, you guys, on how to be more confident in singleness, the 3 secrets you need to know to be more confident. If you're anything like what I was going through, you are broken right now, you're sad, you're in the midst of trying to figure out your worth and your value, join me on my webinar. It's going to be a free teaching, free training, and you can go and register, guys. The link is bit.ly/confidence class now, and you can join me, and we're going to work more on boosting your confidence back up, and helping you to see yourself the way that God sees you, and on helping you to get your strength and your fire back for life. All right, so I love you guys so much. Be encouraged in God. Know that he causes everything to work together for good. And I know that in your heart of hearts, you want this thing to work out. But I know that if it's meant to be, God will work it out. And for many of us, we just need to let it go. So I love you guys. And again, the link to join me to boost your confidence back up is bit.ly/confidence class now. I can't wait to see you. I will see you on the live webinar. I love you all.